Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I have got game number 1 of a best of 1. It's just a fun little ladder game. It's a Grandmaster level game and it's between at least one player that I know very well. So up in the top right position spawning as the blue Zerg, it is none other than Evil Genius's Suppy. And his opponent spawning in the bottom left, he's the red Terran from NRG, I believe that is a clan tag. It is DeeMo. Not heard of DeeMo before, but he is Grandmaster, as the loading screen confirmed to me, and he should be doing pretty well if he's facing up against Suppy, let's be honest about that, because Suppy is a damn good player, maybe not tip-top tier 1 level, but certainly someone who can take a game off really the best on any occasion. So very excited to see how this game is going to go and what's going to be happening. And of course TVZ is one of my favourite matchups going, so this should be a really exciting game and generally really looking forward to it. Of course, lots of exciting stuff coming up for me, but I can't announce too much of it yet. But if you keep an eye on my Twitter account, which is of course @Madals91, you'll get some cool things. I've also got a date when hopefully I'm going to start regularly streaming from, and that's going to, with a little bit of leeway, around the 23rd, 24th maybe of September, around that week. Somewhere between the week of the 23rd, I'm going to try and stream regularly. It won't just be StarCraft, it's going to be loads of games and stuff. So make sure you head on over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Madals, and get a following of that because, yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. Lots of stuff going on. Now, we do see the Suppy. He's gone for a nice early hatch. He did extract a trick up, but yeah, 15 hatch because that's what you do against Terran. It's all looking good here. Meanwhile, we have got the barracks coming up, plus a gas. This screams to me Reapers. This is of course one of the new maps in the current ladder season. It's pretty cool because it's got like the snowy areas around here and the grassy areas over here and where the transitions between. It just looks pretty funky. In terms of some key features about the map, well, obviously you've got the natural bases here that we've seen. Thirds, you've kind of got some choices. You can come and take this third over here, but you've got this back entrance into your third base. You're also vulnerable to tanks and such coming and positioning themselves down here as a Zerg player. Alternatively, if you don't want to go down there, you can come and take this third. The downside though, destructible rocks. And destructible rocks bad, but it is a lot closer. So, probably going to see most players, especially Terrans and Protoss, taking this base first. May see some go here, it just depends, but it's a relatively easy fourth, whichever way you go, so that's something to keep note of. Now, we do have the first Reaper coming out here for DeeMo, and the second Reaper on its way, but good little Overlord, good guy Overlord is going to see that, going to say, okay, well, the expansion's going to be a little bit delayed. Also, where is that expansion? Well, SCV is on its way down, going to get down to the natural base, take a little peek down here, the Overlord goes, yep, okay, expansion coming in 3, 2, 1, boom. Everything looking good. Reaper, though, is going to need to get defended. That's why we've got 6 Lings coming out, as well as those 2 Queens. This Reaper, if it gets a kill on a drone, fair enough. Going to be pretty happy. The second Reaper, definitely want to start racking up some kills. We've got to be careful. Drone's actually getting pulled here by Suppy. Zergling's going to try and chase this down, but there is an escape route for the Reaper, so don't want to go off creep. Already, one Zergling probably going to go down, but does get away with his life. Very brave. Okay, no, it doesn't. All looking good now. Of course, we do have the Queens nearly out, and this is what Suppy's really trying to do, is buy a bit of time, being like, well, I've got my Zerglings, and you can't move too far out to really kill them. If you kill one, that's fine, as long as the drone doesn't go down. I'll wait for my Queen to get in position. A couple of extra Lings coming through here. The first Reaper is getting a little bit low, actually. Got to be slightly careful, only 9 health. Will jump down the cliff. The second Reaper, just chilling at the natural. Not quite sure what's going on here. Maybe expecting a little bit of Zergling counter pressure coming through. But an interesting thing, getting that second Reaper and then not using it aggressively. Maybe just seeing how many Lings are down here, deciding, actually, nah, it's not worth it. Third and... oh, sorry. First and second gas being taken in the natural. Something I really love. This can throw some people off a little bit, but of course the Reaper can come in. Of course, there's this neat little bit of cliff area where the Reaper can bounce up and down, get into the main base, which is always good. It's a little bit of extra fun. The Overlord seeing some cool stuff, seeing the react coming down. Second gas timing, as well as the starport timing, quite interesting. The starport timing very early. That's the one big thing you should note from this, is that this is not too common. You tend to see, like, say, racks factory into some additional barracks, but not usually with that start point. Suppy! Oh, he turned up there for a second, but isn't going to see it come out. Sees the second gas. Now, this could be for Banshee. That's the first big thing it could be for. Could also be for a medevac for dropping down. Always a good option. Of course, since Cloak's been reducing costs, it can lead pretty nicely. This Reaper's still trying to run around, have a little bit of fun, but has racked up 4 kills, so actually not doing too badly, although no workers, so just a couple of Lings. Not too much to worry about. These Queens are also doing a good job of pushing back that Reaper, as well as spreading creep bloody brilliantly, and that just means that well, creep spread coming down. There's a lot of different paths. It's going to be spreading out here, can come down here, can come around the back here too to join in. I'm a massive fan against Terran of getting these 2 additional queens. I think it's absolutely essential to do that. Now, we do see the starport is finished. It's getting down to Viking, so it's not even going to be for a medevac. That's going to go Overlord hunting, and as we can see, 2 down on the field here, there, and everywhere. Couple of Hellions. 4 Hellions plus 2 Reapers. Scary is the simple way of putting it. Will be seen now by Suppy as these move in. Doesn't know about these 2 additional Hellions, but hey, you can definitely assume that that is going to be coming. We've got speed on its way out, a couple more Zerglings, but it's the spine plus these 3 queens. They're the really important thing, the 3 queens down here, because that's going to give you a good defense. The lair, of course, has now been finished up. Very early lair, very early spire off of 2 bases and 4 gases. So, this delayed third is just going to mean that a spire should be on the cards, and the interesting thing is that these Hellions haven't yet come to scout up and work out actually is there anything here. Oh, a lot of Zerglings getting roasted. The drone was coming down. They're going to chuck down an evolution chamber after seeing a couple more there. Just trying to really just block up the entrance to the natural, trying to prevent these Hellions from being able to get in at the moment. The Hellions coming to check to see whether the third base has come down. The Viking, of course, doing a good job, picking off a couple of Overlords. Very frustrating. Widow Mines coming down behind this. The Spine Crawler being moved forward, very aggressively forward. So anything that tries to come up either there or from the right-hand side will have a bit of problems. These Hellions just checking, saying, okay, do you have any expansions down yet? You do have a couple of Zerglings being rather brave, trying to push forward, as well as those Queens doing a good little bit of damage. The Zerglings have got to be careful though, there's a good number of Hellions there, in total 6 of them, and that means the Zerglings can get roasted pretty quickly. The third hatch is now on its way down, but as well as the third command center getting started near simultaneously. The one thing that is yet to be scouted is, of course, this spire, but there's a Viking making a quick little path around, trying to find any more Overlords, but unlikely to come and get some scouting information down. A couple of Hellions getting picked off here. The Queens do have enough energy for a transfuse to go down, but not actually using it yet. Don't want to reveal that it's got that option quite as so, but there we go. Both the transfuses coming down. Very cost-effective use of these by Suppy so far, although he is losing slightly more resources than that of his opponent, which is something that he does need to be a little bit careful of. We've got, of course, Overlords hiding because there is that Viking running about like an eager little Viking thing. More waningness in the second evolution chamber. The first one not actually being used to make anything as of yet, but here comes the Widow Mine drop. Will get spotted by an Overlord, but is it going to get reacted to in time? Yes, it will. Here comes down the Widow Mines. There is no Overseer. There are no Spore Crawlers as of yet. That means some hits will go down. One getting soaked up though on a drone. Of course, this medevac taking quite a bit of damage. Both Widow Mines do manage to get out. Both burrow in time. Big hit goes down. Big hit on drones as well. That racked up. What? That no way got 21 kills. What? How the 22 workers killed? What even? I'm confused. How did that even happen? How is that possible? Suppy in a really bad spot. I almost want to go back now and try and work this out, but that couldn't have been that many drones. Anyway, we do see that Hellions are still getting taken down here. Viking doing a nice little bit of damage to some Overlords for the Queen. Probably going to have something to say about that. We'll get one Overlord though before it gets taken out, or at least should do, because the Mutalisks are coming in, so there would be no escape. Overseer coming through. Suppy back up to 40 workers with the 54 SCVs of DeeMo. And, well, 54, obviously a bigger number than 40, plus 3 mules, good times. Third base up and running, need to get a fourth from Suppy, considering he's lost just so many drones. I still don't know how he lost that many drones. That was ridiculous. 22, that's absolutely crazy. Mutalisk still running around, gotta be careful there. Oh my god, that was a big Widow Mine hit. The Mutalisk count only seeing a 5 as well, so I think a couple may have got killed at some point. Plus 1 flyer attack is coming down, but another drop. Oh my goodness, another drop. These Widow Mines, if there is anywhere near as effective as the first slow, this is going to be pretty scary. But in it comes. Where are the Mutalisks? They're all the way down here, so they're not going to get back in time. The Queen going to have to try and do a little bit of damage. The Widow Mine gets dropped out. There's so many drones all stacked up on each other. Please don't let it go off. Okay, only one got killed there. That wasn't too bad. Not too disastrous. The lone drone getting killed. Oh, and Zerg Cocoon managed to soak up one of the Widow Mine's hits. Always good. Overseers coming through. But yeah, I'd say all in all, 26 workers getting killed, good times. I'd be very happy about that if I was DeeMo. Suppy is not going to be as happy about it. He's still down. He's got centrifugal hooks coming down, as well as only now just starting the 1-1 upgrades. But that's actually okay, because 1-1 only just about to finish up now for the Terran players, so that's a little bit late as well. But, ooh. This is turning into a funky game. Suppy needs to make sure now that he gets his economy back up and running really damn quick. That's why he doesn't have these 5th and 6th gas guys as saturated yet, because he just doesn't have the drones to make that happen. He needs to make sure he's got the minerals coming in. But again, that's not ideal. He needs to look to get a 4th, especially now this 3rd's been taken. There are a couple of missile turrets around, but still, that's actually, there's only 5 Mutalisks, so a missile turret will be enough to scare them away. Big push coming forward though. This is a very scary looking force from DeeMo. And really Suppy, he's got to be damn careful. DeeMo is playing around the kind of 300-400 APM mark, which is fairly substantial. It's looking pretty damn high. Suppy overall, his average is a little bit higher, but early game, not too much to be worrying about. A couple of Banelings morphing in, as well as more Zerglings. I love the fact as well that the Overlord speed upgrade getting researched, of course, with Overseers now and Widow Mine's kind of essential if you want to be running around keeping those Overseers up in time with the rest of your army. But, well, Creep Tumors getting mountainously pushed back, and I've got to say, Suppy doing an amazing job with this creep spread. It's over halfway, and still a lot of these creep tumors are up and running. He's trying to scan them. Oh, but one of these active creep tumors manages to stay. That's so frustrating that it doesn't get cleaned out. Would require another scan. Incredibly infuriating, I must say. 2-2 upgrades coming down, 1-1 nearly finished up for Suppy. All the while, this infantry just still trying to find a couple more creep tumors, trying to pick off things here and there. 5 more Mutalisks just added into the total mix, taking us to 14 on the Terran side here. But as we know, there is going to be an engagement. In come the units, Zergling streaming forward, but think, oh, hang on, better be careful of Widow Mines. And that was a wise thing to be careful of, because there was a good number burrowed back here. Could have done a lot of damage there for Suppy. He's got to be careful. Macro Hatch coming down for Suppy. Drilling Claws as well, getting researched here by DeeMo. And Drilling Claws is so essential. A lot of Terran players skip that, be it by accident or not. It's a little bit frustrating, but you definitely want to have that down in the late game if at all possible, because that means that you're going to have the option, the brilliant option, to do, well, some more aggressive play. But this infantry is now moving forward. The Banelings moving back. They're going to try and get some connections, but how big can they be? Quite a few Marauders soaking up a lot of those shots. Marauders near the front as well. The Banelings trying to get focused down. The Widow Mine's a long way back, and that's being problematic for DeeMo at the moment. Suppy getting a relatively good trade here, but he needs some more Banelings. The Mutalisks alone aren't able to pick this off too easily. Small splinter groups of Marines, though, will get taken out. The Zerglings coming in will really help tank up some of the damage, and the Mutalisks can now push this back. The Medevacs, though, they get away. Why is it important the Medevacs get away? Because quite simply, it means that they are very expensive, and in the later game, you can get your infantry back up fast, but not necessarily those Medevacs. So wave 2 of this push already getting ready, stimming all of his army. Bit of a miss-stim there. No real purpose for it, other than cleaning out creep tumors slightly quickly. But again, you don't really want to stim your entire army to kill some creep tumors, because it damages it, wastes medevac energy, but probably just a misclick there. So we do see that Suppy now coming around for a little bit of Mutalisk harass. Note that he still doesn't have a 4th base. He's trying to clear out these rocks so he can come and take this one on the high ground, but not having a 4th is really problematic to him, because he's only 5 workers ahead. The Mules more than make up for that in favour of DeeMo, probably in overall income. Mutalisk getting a little caught out of position. A couple of Zerglings, a couple of Mutalisks playing a little game with some Marines there, but look at all these scans. They're trying to put back the creep spread. There's still so much around here. Absolutely crazy. A couple of Baneling hits going off there, and oh my goodness, were they burrow Banelings that were there? It must have been. That was some big hits. A lot of Marines went down. Not looking too good for Suppy, but he's got a lot more Banelings on their way through. It can't be burrow Banelings. He doesn't have burrow, so really nice connections coming out. The Zerglings are ready to come flanking in. We do have the Banelings as well at the back. The Mutalisks picking off a good number of these Marines as well as those Medevacs. The Widow Mine hit could be disastrous, and here they go. But luckily, the Banelings do still get up and close and personal, able to take out a lot of those Marines. ... Indeed. Not going to be too happy about that. Losing pretty much all of his army. Suppy, though, still losing a damn chunk more. 11,000 compared to just under 10,000 of DeeMo. So just a bit more. 4th base, though, coming up for both players, though. This is where things get interesting. Suppy's 4th could have been up a bit earlier. Note he also doesn't have hive tech yet. He just hasn't had the money to do so, mainly due to constantly needing to pump units to defend against pushes. But he is coming for a bit of counter aggression, moving in with these Mutalisks. Takes out 2 Medevacs, keeping the count down to 3. Very happy about that, as well as picking off now that reactor. Going to delay the medevac count even longer. Marines are coming back. Upgrade-wise, we can see that +1 flower attack is done. +2 flower attack is about to kick in. We've also got 2 upgrades coming down. This Baneling nest, 24 HP, not looking good. Drop down to the 4th, though, is going to get knocked out. Will the Mutalisk be able to get back there to pick it off? Probably. One Mutalisk engaging a lot of Marines. Does die. Not ideal. But yeah, now in come these Mutas. Another one is going to fall, which is less than perfect, but just wanting to deal with that drop as quickly as he can. Suppy really being taxed on his multitasking, trying to be everywhere at once with these drops. Great play by DeeMo. And as we can see, Suppy now just trying to get an interesting trade. Trying to really take out this army and get some counter-aggression going, because that's what he's lacked. He hasn't really done much damage. He's always on the defensive. Doesn't have any hive tech coming down either, which could be problematic. But in comes the Zerglings. Good Baneling hits there. We'll pick up a lot of this. The Mutalisk count is now getting very, very high. Already up to 22. And the medevac count very low. Only this one medevac. That means every stim is going to be critical. A couple of Widow Mines going off there. A few more units trying to come through. Reinforcements on their way into this army for the Terran player, but also for the Zerg. The Mutalisks need to be careful of the Widow Mines, though. 2 of them stacked up. got to be very cautious about all of this. Couple of Mutalisks coming forward, trying to soak up a few of those Widowmine hits. Most of them have now been used. The Overseer, of course, with speed, can keep up with those Mutalisks, dealing a good amount of damage, able to pick up some of the Widowmines. You want to try and bait them out as quickly as possible. Widowmine hits going down on a lot of the Zerglings. The Mutalisks trying to come forward. The Banelings not getting involved in this yet until all of the Widowmines have been taken out. Still a couple remaining, 3, 4 at the back here, but in come the Zerglings yet again. In come the Banelings once more. DeeMo just constantly being aggressive, and Suppy always on the back foot, trying to defend against this push. And this small little shove of Marines up towards the third base could be the hair that breaks the camel's back, because Suppy needs to get over there to defend it. Pushes in now, clears out most of this, knowing reinforcements are coming up. Up come all of the Zerglings, all of the Banelings, knowing there aren't too many Widowmines, but already a lot of drones have been taken out. A lot more Widowmines at the back here, but very little infantry. The Marines are now destroyed. In total, 43 workers have been killed by the Terran player this game, so he's doing a great job of really punishing, really hurting Suppy's economy, and that's why it's constantly sitting around the 77 mark. My big concern though for Suppy, still no infestation pit, still no sign of a hive, and we're 22 minutes into this game. He needs to get some Ultralisk tech down as quickly as possible. He's just so gassed up because he's having played so many Banelings, so many Mutalisks. He can still make this work, but obviously he needs to start looking for late game tech soon. In come the Banelings, it's going to be a big shot. The Widowmines dealing and taking up a lot of damage. 2 Baneling hits on each of those Widowmines there, really looking nice, but there just isn't enough infantry now as the Mutalisks start to push forward. There's only 16 of them left, quite a few have been killed, more reinforcements coming in, 1 Overseer sniped down, and the retreat is back on for Suppy. The 4th base, it's a planetary fortress now for DeeMo, and this planetary fortress is going to be very helpful. The destructible rock tower getting taken down, justify a little bit more time of any push that could be trying to come back up and in. But to be honest, with the 3-3 upgrades already finished, plus 2 ship and vehicle plating, I'd say DeeMo is in a good spot. He's up against the 2-2 upgrades of Suppy, and of course no 3-3 because there's no hive, there's no infestation pit, and really with the 3-3 upgrades, those Mutalisks can take a lot of damage. The missile tide's getting taken down though. The rocks have been taken out, so reinforcements can come in. But what are the SCVs going to do? Are they going to try and repair this planetary fortress? No, because there's units coming back to try and save them. The Mutalisks trying just to really just get a couple more shots off, try and deal a little bit more damage. Going to try and take out a missile tower here. Will be able to do so, but being forced to retreat back because there's just so many Marines here. But this is Suppy really going on the aggressive now, keeping DeeMo, keeping the infantry back, forcing it to defend, and that is precisely all we want to see going down here. No missile charge done yet. 1 is now up. Of course, a couple more SCVs getting taken out, but I heard a Mutalisk die. That's not too good, but Suppy now killed 9 workers, but it's a drop in the ocean compared to the 47 that have gone down already for himself. Suppy is going to deal with this drop very quickly. Zerglings streaming across the map, going to pick off most of this. The Mutalisks need to get back there, but unfortunately too far away to deal with this medevac. Very frustrating. A couple of Overlords as well sitting around here could be an easy target should it be wanted. Mutalisks though making their way over. Of course, Suppy knows exactly where this is. He's got an incredible amount of vision. The rocks though in the way, just being quite frustrating, but this has pulled all of Suppy's army out of position, which has allowed at the bottom center of this map a large Terran force to start making its way forward. These rocks getting taken down. These are 3 Marines, remember. Plus 2 armor is down on the Widowmines too. Medevac gets taken out. That drop has now been cleared. That's great news for Suppy. He's got one less thing to worry about. No multi-prong once he's dealt with these Marines making their way forward. But they get cleaned out very quickly by the Mutalisks. But look at this force on its way forward. We've got 133 armor supply to 131 at the moment in favor of DeeMo. But in come the Zerglings, in come the Banelings. Banelings from all angles. This is a massive flank. Going to be able to take out a lot of this Terran force. Suppy with an absolutely fantastic engagement. Widowmine, what is he saying to himself? 21 Mutalisks now will make short work of these medevacs. The infantry coming forward has to be really careful as well, but the Widowmines will be slightly more scary. Small force getting ready to move up into the top position, but look at this, so many Mutalisks waiting and running around. A couple of Marines like this aren't going to be able to trade too effectively. The Overseer going further forward, just saying, can I see any Widowmines? The medevac gets taken out, a couple more Marines. Meanwhile, a quick little pickup in the top will save a few units. A couple of Marines making their way through, as well as these 2 Widowmines. It's the Widowmines that are really frustrating. A hit will go off though. A couple more Widowmine hits will continue to deal good damage, but all in all, once this drop's cleaned out, it's actually looking okay for Suppy. Still a very close game though. In terms of resources lost, Suppy losing about 6,000 more resources, so not a tremendous amount. 4,000 more resources, so not a huge amount at this late stage of the game, but still enough to be a bit frustrating. Suppy also has been down in upgrades for a long time, which is one of the main reasons he's trading slightly cost ineffectively. The Zerglings trigger the Widowmines. The Mutalisks going to start chasing down some of this, but down at the south position, we see that a good amount of force coming through. This Queen, very lost, will die for not following the directions of the Sat-Nav. If, of course, Zerg have Sat-Nav, I assume they will have evolved them by now, or at least some kind of positioning system, maybe like homing pigeons. But, yeah. That's a bit beside the point. Suppy now, mined out in his main, mined out in his natural, so he's mining off of 2 bases. Meanwhile though, if we take a look here, DeeMo, he's mined out his natural, nearly mined out his third, so he's just got this fourth. This fourth is critically important. They've got relatively equal incomes. Suppy is slightly more gas income at the moment. These overlords getting picked off one at a time, but will back away to safety. A push down the bottom, but look at this, the Mutalisk coming in for the kill. Gonna try and deal a lot of damage. That missile charge getting repaired up as quickly as possible, but it will not be enough. A lot of SCVs could go down here, but look at the amount of infantry coming back here. Suppy, be careful, Suppy, don't overcommit to this. You're doing good damage, but you don't want to get too far out of position. Now coming down here towards this third base, but the infantry already there. A couple of SCVs getting taken out. We can see Suppy now managing to kill 21 workers, but still under half of that he's lost himself throughout this game. And oh, the missile charges are doing a lot of damage. This is painful to watch. Luckily, the Mutalisk making their way back to safety. Gonna try and come in here, pick up a couple of those reactors, deal a little bit more damage. A few Widow Mines that stray too far forward will die. All in all, this was quite a successful, productive push from the Zerg player. But Hive is now, finally, oh my goodness, at the 28-minute mark, 3/4 done. So only about 10 minutes late, but he's just not had an opportunity to get that down previous to this. It's not that Suppy just thought, yup, I'm not going to make a Hive this game. He just didn't have the money to do it, and that's so frustrating. Medevac now, picking up the units, gonna try and run away, but, well, there's a lot of Mutalisks on your tail. You gotta be careful about that. Drops a couple of units out, Suppy not going for it. Really getting the star sense that, hang on, he's just being a little too open about that. He's probably got a lot of infantry coming towards me. Overall, the army supply is still 130 to 111 of Suppy, slightly favouring the Terran player. Spores and Spines coming down all these bases. Suppy secured up a 5th base now. He's got his Hive too, but he's not used his Hive for anything yet, as far as I'm aware. He doesn't have an Ultralisk Cabin, he doesn't have a Great Aspire on his way, and he definitely doesn't have 3/3 upgrades. As I say, that +3 flyer attack does get started, so this is a very Mutalisk heavy composition. Up at 29 Mutalisk, they're just going to harass like mad. Oh, a medevac single on this lonesome. Could have got taken out, but boosting away, and Suppy just being like, oh, maybe got to be a bit careful. A barracks is burning down. That can take one shot, will get taken down. Very, very nice move there. And have you noticed the difference in the momentum of this game at the moment? We've got DeeMo having to sit back, having to be defensive and say, actually, I don't want to engage at the moment, because he's having to defend against these Mutalisks. It's allowing Suppy to expand more. Would like to see Suppy take some extra gas soon, but currently he's quite middle with starve, so that's why he's got big Widow Mine hit on a lot of those Mutalisks. Got to be careful, Suppy, not to group them up and take big shots like that. He does now have the 3/3 upgrades on their way down too. More Banelings morphing in. And of course, this base is getting muled so hard for DeeMo third. He's going to mine out of that fairly quickly, especially if these Mutalisks decide to come back in, because there are no missile charges. The infantry still sitting around, and here we go. Suppy looking forward. He's going, okay, is there any infantry? Can I sneak through? And he does sneak through. He's going to be able to pick off a good number more SCVs, but DeeMo just saying, well, if you're going to attack my base, I'm going to kill you. And that's always an annoying thing, but this entire mining base getting absolutely annihilated. The Planetary Fortress could even go down here. A Widow Mine soaked up by that Overseer, very good. But now, as Suppy sees so many infantry units here, just thinks, actually, maybe I should come back and try to defend this. But oh my goodness, he's going for the monster of all flanks, coming in from every angle. Worst positioning you could really get into there. However, a lot of the Mutalisks have gone down, only 12 remaining, but I think now Suppy, having taken all of that out, is in a very good spot. He is now massively ahead in terms of the income. Look at that difference. Over 1,000 compared to 240. That is huge. This Planetary Fortress starting to look a little bit vulnerable. The Mutalisk going to start picking off. This could be the momentum Suppy needed. A drop trying to come down here to the top left base, but there are Zerglings and a Baneling waiting there. The Planetary Fortress is now going to go down. This is where Suppy is going to be able to take a monumental lead in this game, getting the momentum of power in his favour. And to be honest, if he keeps this up, he should be in a magnificent spot, because look at this, the income now down to only 112 gas a minute, 80 gas a minute, 64, it's getting lower, and that is because this Orbit Command going to float up here. That means the gas income going to be next to none, but that's not a problem for DeeMo. He needs minerals, and he's currently completely broke. Suppy, on the other hand, mining a decent amount. It's not spectacular, but it's good enough for him. He's going to be able to get more units out. He's getting a lot higher in terms of supply, nearly double that of the Terran. Oh my goodness, that's going to be threatening, but he can't afford to throw away Mutalisks like that. That's the one important thing. And oh no, a Changeling. Suppy, you evil man. Putting a Changeling under an Orbit Command, that's frustrating. It's not going to land. Of course, this means long-range mining coming down. In though come the Mutalisks, a couple more SCVs will get taken out. Where's all the infantry? Well, it can't be seen at the moment. The Orbit Commander is trying to run away. There's not too many Mutalisks, 13 of them. Couple of Marines on their way back. Gonna try and pick one off. Will manage to do so. Long line of Marines as well as Widow Mines. Just trying to save this, but only 14 SCVs remain. Suppy, meanwhile, taking up a 6th base because he can. And if he can and he wants it, he's gonna have it. He's gonna try and secure it up, knowing that his opponent's tension and all of his army positioning is gonna be down to the bottom right of the map, trying to protect this base. This is a lifeline, which is allowing Suppy to secure this base up very safely. DeeMo doesn't understand what happened, and to be honest, I can even see that. But GG was called. Suppy will win the game. So congratulations to him. That was a long 4-hour macro game. Lots of action. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. New games up every single day of the week, so you definitely wouldn't want to miss one of them. Thanks for watching. Check out my Twitch channel as well. From the week beginning the 23rd of September, I'll start streaming regularly. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.